Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle and I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay. Today I'm just going to be showing you, per usual, overnight sales. I just did a short a few minutes ago of each item and how much it sold, but if you want a more in-depth with some story time, that's why I do these little, long full-length videos. So without further ado, I'm just going to be showing you what sold. It was $428 gross of sales. And keep in mind that the platforms take a 20% commission, and this is what I pay for at my local thrift store. So it's half on eBay and half on Poshmark. The first thing that sold, I went back and forth with her for, I think, about 2 weeks, believe it or not. So I have this Glamorize size 50C bra, Glamorize 50C. And I list all my bras, which I've mentioned it before, but if you're new here, I list all my bras for $25 on both platforms. And sometimes people will come out and buy it for $25 because most bras do retail for $50 plus. But most times someone will offer a $20 offer, which I do accept. And then there are times that I send out $20 offers. So this lady on eBay was upset that I had it listed for $25, and she contacted me in a mean way and said, you know, shame on me for selling a used bra for $25, and how do I justify ripping people off? So normally I would just either not reply back, or normally with something like that I wouldn't engage. But they do say on eBay and Poshmark, I don't know about the other platforms, that they want you to have dialogue with all potential buyers, and it shows that you I guess it shows your character. This is what I've read. Obviously I don't know for sure. I don't own, you know, the platform. But that is what I read, and that is what I hear other resellers say. This is a like new. How do I know it's like new? The tag hasn't been washed and dried, you know, repeatedly. I wear bras myself. I know when you have a bra for any length of time, this gets wear and tear. So it is flawless. I washed it. Would I pick up this brand again? Probably not. But getting back to the angry buyer. So they always say if someone is vicious or triggered, I guess she was triggered because it was $25. And that brand, I think it doesn't retail. I think it retails for $39.40. But I don't go by that. I go by the ease of just all my bras, regardless of how much they retail for. I list them generally at $25. So when I woke up and I got that, and this was about 2 weeks ago, again, normally I would just say, ugh, you know, and then maybe I would roll my eyes, maybe I would be upset for, you know, a minute. But instead I decided, you know what, maybe she's having a bad day, and maybe she doesn't know that the platforms take a 20 to 30% commission. Maybe she thinks it was, you know, used and abused. Maybe she thinks it was mine. It was not. So let me take the time and just explain. And I took a whole paragraph and explained that, thank you. Oh, I started off positive. Thank you for your concern. And I am a full-time reseller. That's what I put in the message back to her. I'm a full-time reseller, and I told her how much I purchase, you know, my bras for. I take them home, I wash them, I photograph them, I edit them, and then I list them, and the platform does take that commission. And so that is why it's listed for $25. I did tell her that I do send offers, you know, almost on the daily. So I didn't hear back from her for those 2 weeks. I didn't think anything of it, but I felt good about not lashing back out. You know, two wrongs don't make it right. And taking the time to simply explain to her my price. Now, most resellers, from what I read on Reddit, of all places, most of them would say they would either write back LOL, or they wouldn't reply back, or they would tell her to mind her own business, or just a negative, you know, leaving a negative. And I didn't want to do that. So, and I'm glad I didn't, because it did actually result to a sale yesterday in the past 24 hours. So last night before I went to bed, I finally heard back from her. She told me, thank you for taking the time to explain that she didn't know, and that she is willing to purchase it for $20. And then I did one better. I sent her an $18 offer. And I did one even better than that, because she's getting a free pair of earrings on top of it all. So we all handle naysayers our own way. We handle comments our own way. But I just think that, you know, everybody's having a hard time, and giving people the benefit of the doubt is the way to go. And that's that. Okay, so moving right along. So the next item that sold on Poshmark is a bundle sale, and it sold for $68. So these little rice pearl earrings, I did have them listed for $30, and my jewelry's buy one get one free. She chose these beads for her freebie, and she chose this Cupio full length. I'm gonna trip here. And when I say full length, I mean full length. I am 5'7½", and I tried wearing this and I nearly tripped and killed myself. It is about 4 inches longer. I would have to like put it up here to wear it. So it is a size large. Cupio, I think that's a boutique. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is the Cupio. It's not a brand that I've ever picked up. It was lined. Yes, it's polyester. There's no slits. It's a maxi. And I have a cute little white boxy Chico shirt that I was hoping to wear this with. But this is a size large, but it runs really big, and it's too long for me, so I decided to just throw it up. And I was glad I did, because it was only listed for about 2 weeks. And like I said, someone came and bundled it with these 2 pairs of jewelry. My cost per goods for jewelry is about 25 cents each, and I paid $5 for the skirt, so $68 gross. So I was quite happy about that. All right, the next was another $68 bundle, and another little story time. So first, this buyer grabbed this long line Cassique bra. This long line Cassique bra retails for $58. It's a 38G, and I think she offered me $15, and so I declined it. And then I told her the lowest I can go for this bra would be $20. But if she wanted to make a bundle, I could give her a good discount on the bundle. I didn't hear back from her for a couple days, but that was okay, because yesterday she decided to go ahead and make that bundle. So she added that Cassique bra long line to her bundle, 38G, and she also added this Soma wireless 38G bra. And Soma is my top selling bra. This is what it looks like. And so she added this with that Cassique bra, and then she also added this Cassique shapewear, and these actually retail for $98, which is pretty crazy. I had this up, I think, for $50, but I've had it up since last year. And it's kind of like the short all adjustable straps, open crotch, and it's quite nice. It's quite nice. And so she bundled this with those 2 bras, and then she offered me $68, which I accepted. So that was on Poshmark as well. All right, hopping back to eBay. Soft surroundings is usually hit or miss. I am of the age where I like soft surroundings now. I didn't always, but I really do. And this was a dress, size large, soft surroundings. This was a little dress that I was actually considering keeping a couple weeks ago, and that's the way it always is. Kind of boho vibes, crinkly, but it does have 2 slits on each end, or each side, which I would have, if I would have kept it, I would have sewed those slits, because that's just too much for me. And it's smocking, very boho. And so this was on eBay, and I had it, I think, for $39, and an offer was sent, and she accepted, and it sold for $31.50. I paid $5.99 for it. Moving right along, a couple weeks ago, or maybe even a week ago, Hilera is a brand that TikTok made super famous, like overnight. Hilera. They don't retail for a whole lot. I think they retail for about 30, 40, or no, not 30, 35 to $45. It's crossover, and these are the Breezeful cropped black gaucho pants with a slit on the hem. I like them myself, but they're a little too cropped on me. And do they have pockets? Yeah, they do have pockets. I like this brand myself. In fact, I think I have a couple of their pieces that I sourced. So I had these listed for $30 on Poshmark, and someone offered $25, and I accepted it. All right, so let's talk about two bigger sales. On Poshmark, I had this Elsa 100% silk size XL Lily Pulitzer shirt, and I went to the webpage and they retail for $178, which is pretty crazy. And so because they retail for $178, I like it myself, but there's no way I trust myself wearing silk and drinking coffee. So I had it listed for $99 because it retails for $178. It is 100% silk. And someone offered me, where is it? Okay, someone offered me $84, and that is wonderful. $84, I accepted, and that was on Poshmark. Another big Poshmark sale, the last sale, mind you, are these Polo Ralph Lauren boots. I had them up for $100, and someone offered me $90, which I did take, and they are a size 6.5B. This is a designer, and I went to the website, and these actually retail for $698. They are calf leather suede. They're fringe, kind of Western coastal cowgirl, and I'm sure she's gonna look fabulous in them. So those sold for $90. I had them listed for $100. So all in all, sales have really increased. I do attribute that, nope, I have one more sale. I attribute my sales on Poshmark increasing is because on May 1st, Poshmark announced that you cannot delete and relist on the daily. A lot of people were relisting their whole closet on the daily. I was not one of them. I have, I think, 3,500 items on, or is it 2,500? I don't know. It's several thousand items on Poshmark, and I use Vendu and Prime Lister, and normally I was just deleting and relisting, I think 50 to 60 a day, and that takes me through a month, something like that. And so it doesn't matter. Poshmark put into effect, no one can delete or relist within 60 days. So my 60 days just ended, and for some of my items. And so I just started deleting and relisting a few days ago, and sales have plummeted. I mean, daily sales, you know, more than one, several $100s a day sales have definitely picked up. And so I could only attribute that to the fact that I am able to now delete and relist. I'm not doing my whole closet every day, but I guess some people do. I'm not that motivated, guys. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people have left Poshmark from, you know, watching other resellers, going down the Reddit rabbit trail of reselling. There is a lot of people that have left after many years. They are going back to eBay or exploring other options such as Depop or Mercari. I do not sell. I used to sell in Depop, and I think for the first, I sold for 1 year, and I think I made like $400, and $200 was a pair of Gucci men's shoes. The other $200 was just jewelry and whatnot. And it just wasn't, it's more, I think, for the youth, not someone like me. So I stick to eBay and Poshmark. They both have pros and cons. I started selling on eBay in 1999, and then I took a mommy break, and about a decade ago, I started back up full time. All right, so let's talk about this last sale, and it was a $45 bundle. And it was basically studded earrings, keeping in mind that I do, the average cost of goods for my earrings are only $25. So just some silver ball studs, some little golden kind of, they almost look like sea urchins to me, but they're little gold floral. Some vintage, I think from Hot Topic. I remember these when I was a teenager going into Spencer's and Hot Topic. They are metal zippers, I guess made into earrings. They're zippers. All right, some tiny, tiny, tiny little ruby studs. Some vintage metal pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns, and some tiny little pearls. And so most of my jewelry on Poshmark is $15. I do have like sterling set at $30 and $25, but all my jewelry on Poshmark that is $30 and under is an ongoing sale of buy one get one free. Everything that she chose here was marked at $15, and it was buy one get one free, which came to $90, and I sent her a $45 offer, and within seconds she accepted. So I was very pleased about that. And she is even going to get some free little disco ball earrings and like a little mixed drink with a little kiwi right there. And I have these little bags and little swag I get off of AliExpress, and I like to include, you know, freebies as well. So that is all I have for you today. I am going to quickly show you, I just sourced like 3 things yesterday, and so I'm just going to show you real quick. All right, so the first thing that I sourced were these genuine leather UGG boots. So they're beautiful. I think they're the Darcy's UGG. They're size 7.5. They are flawless, guys. And they zip up the back. I mean, lots of traction. And what I think, they're very well made. I almost feel like they're better made. In fact, they are. They are better made than like your typical UGG Taz or slipper. These are a genuine calf leather, and they have so much cushion right here. I've actually never sourced boots that had so much, almost feels like Tempur-Pedic. So it is really gonna, riding boots, no buckles, but they are just beautiful. They probably retail, I'll put it right here how much they retail for, but I couldn't leave them behind. I did spend $6 for them. I'm hoping that this fall or winter they will sell. I'm hoping to get 60. We'll see. So the next item are Torrid. I generally do not pick up Torrid. It is a bread and butter brand, but for clothing it only sells for about $15 to $18 for me. But shoes, on the other hand, are usually hit or miss. But these are just really pretty. They're a true nude faux suede, and they are a 9 double wide. 9 double wide, and there's no missing stones. A little cute block heel. If you were a size 9, these will look fire on you. They're so cute. They're so cute. Prom season is over, but oh my goodness, those will look so cute. So I picked up those. Okay, so the next few things were new to me brands. Let me know if any of you have heard of these riding leggings, like horseback riding leggings. And they're called Free Ride, right there. Yeah. Equestrian Free Ride, and they have like some floral. They do look like they're 7/8. They're thick. They are thick, and I will put right here how much they retail for. I did pull comps. They're a size 10, so maybe like a medium, although they look really small to me. And they have a zipper in the back. This was a new to me brand, and when I pulled comps, it was good. So that's why I grabbed them, and I spent $4.99, $5. All right, the next 2 items were also a new to me brand. These gray t-shirts had an amazing retail. They retailed for a lot. I'll put it right here. And it's called Imogen and Willie, size large. Imogen and Willie, sorry if I'm butchering the name. It's 100% cotton. It is a crew neck, and when I went up to the register, I thought it was a t-shirt, and normally I help the cashier out. There's one cashier that loves when I just like, oh, I have 2 t-shirts, I have 2 dresses, and when it's busy, I try to do that to help them out so they don't have to keep on looking at anything. But I have 2 identical ones. They feel really good. If they didn't retail for as much as they do, I would probably keep them. Actually, I know I would keep them for myself. They're identical. So when I went up to the register, I said 2 t-shirts. And she said, I don't think those are t-shirts. And they're not? She goes, no, it's a shirt, not a t-shirt. And I go, teach me your ways. So maybe I'm late for the party. Maybe you guys already know, but she goes, the difference between a shirt and a t-shirt is only one thing. She said t-shirts don't have a seam on the side. T-shirts do not have a seam. So there's a seam on the side where it was two pieces of fabric sewn together. There, you could see it better that way, the seam. So a t-shirt is one piece of fabric with no side seam up on each side. I went home and I looked at all my t-shirts, and I guess they're all shirts, which they're even graphic t-shirts, but they're shirts. So the difference is t-shirts at my Goodwill are $1.99 and shirts are $4.99. So yeah, I just didn't know. I wasn't trying to pull a fast one, but it's like I didn't know that was the difference. After all these years of living, I never knew. So those were my items that I sourced last night. And that's all I have for you today. A little 20-minute video here. So if you're still with me, thank you so much. And comment below how your sales have been. And if you have a channel, obviously, I don't mind if you spam my comments and put your channel there, because I watch a lot of YouTube content, reselling content myself, and I will check your channel out as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.